I never thought I'd watch anything about dancing until I stumbled upon this anime. Being an introvert and always trying to hide from the public has always been a part of my life. Communicating was already hard enough for me, so dancing or singing was out of the question. Anything that could catch the attention to the public eye was something I knew I never wanted to get myself into, because I didn't know how to illustrate myself as someone so stale and boring. I wouldn't know how to react, and it'll only end up in self-embarrassment. Though this work of art somewhat showed me otherwise. This unambitious character who comes from a similar place, living his life blending in with the crowd, discovers his reasoning to make an effort in this attention-grabbing sport of dancing. If only I had found this sooner. If only I realized that this is what I really wanted to do. Maybe I could have been more satisfied with who I am now. These thoughts tend to always occur when I try to make an attempt to write for videos, as if my mind tries to discourage me from the goal that I hope to achieve. And through the eyes of Fujita, as the audience and spotlight shines on him, undergoes a small regret of being unable to use his time in the past to build a foundation for himself. Looking at all those who already found this as their purpose and already built their foundation for this moment, a hint of astonishment and envy will flow through his mind to watch how hard they've trained to get this far when he's just at the starting line. We both come from the same pit of failing to be true to ourselves, lacking that thing that will make us go the extra mile to achieve it, and only to go with the flow of life rather than to search for it, rather than to try new things that will force us out of our bubble and make us nervous. We accept that we're stuck in this hole, leaving us with no motives to do anything but to blend in with the crowd. But unlike Fujita, who stumbled upon his ambition through an unplanned misunderstanding, my decision prolonged too long and eventually led me into a place that may blind me from finding a genuine purpose. This full-time job that I've somehow managed to get sort of got me back on my feet. I became more productive, had a better sleep schedule, started exercising again. Working gave me a schedule to follow, but these things only became habits, and anime had little to no space in my daily life. I wanted to watch anime. I wanted to do the things I enjoyed doing. And at the back of my mind, this routine became boring. I was just going back to blending in with the crowd. It felt like I was back in school, in solitude, and doing it out of obligation. The feeling of accomplishment couldn't be pulled from there. So little by little, as the days go by, I started writing scripts again, trying to not overthink, and with the attempt to ignore my low confidence in writing and stale voice as I talked in front of the mic. And once that video was edited, finalized, and finally published on a Monday night, I felt a hint of satisfaction, an emotion of accomplishment, even though I felt exhausted waking up and working the next day. This is what I wanted to do, despite having insecurities for my skills to do it. And to Fujita, ballroom dancing gave him that sensation. It made him feel alive to be on stage, regardless of being surrounded by people more skilled than him, and sometimes failing to amuse the audience. He was willing to make every effort to be in the spotlight. Through those efforts he put in, his low self-esteem was growing outside of his dancing career. He was proud of being a dancer and able to introduce his love for it in front of others, despite what they think. And that courage is something I still struggle to muster up. Wanting to be able to express in words, without uncertainty, this emotional connection with anime that has changed my view of life, that I could never really talk to people about. But I guess this courage can only be grown if I try to convey this sentiment, and along the way, maybe gain the confidence to be more open.